Oh, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Joel Frame, and I am the Imperfect Dad.
He's a dad and he's super rad. Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad. He's the imperfect dad.
Okay, episode 3. I love it. If you're new, welcome. If you've seen the other 2 episodes, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed to the Imperfect Dad YouTube channel, please do so now. You'll get updates when things pop up. When I'm uploading things, I'm going to start doing some vlogs throughout the week in between the episodes. So you're going to want to get those updates because those are going to be awesome. And you'll get a kind of a better glimpse at my family and what we're up to. So anyways, let's see. It's October, and I love October. It's arguably my favorite month. You know what? It might just straight up be my favorite month. I love the temperature. I love the colors. I love wearing flannels. That's why I wore this. I love wearing hoodies, beanies. I haven't broken the beanie out yet. What do you call a beanie? I call it a beanie. My wife calls it a sock cap, which I feel like is the most Midwest thing I've ever heard in my life. Sock cap, toboggan, people call it knitted cap. Anyways, I call it a beanie. I haven't broken the beanie out yet, but I think I might tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be like 80-something degrees again tomorrow, so probably not. But anyways, we had a good day today. I had all 3 girls at home because my oldest is on fall break from school, and so she's home today and tomorrow. So it feels like a lot, but it's not too bad because my oldest is really helpful. And so it's fun having her home. We did a bunch of fun stuff. We rode bikes, played outside, we threw rocks. We did some stuff inside. We played teacher. We watched the new Emoji Movie, which it's pretty good. It's pretty cute. You know, kind of standard issue kids movie. But my favorite thing about today was we made grilled cheese and tomato soup. And I had this epiphany while I was making it. This is just the tried and true All-American Grand Slam. It really is. I think Denny's has a meal called the All-American Grand Slam. But I don't think it's grilled cheese and tomato soup. So, therefore, it's not the All-American Grand Slam. I mean, Denny's, whatever they do. The All-American Grand Slam, grilled cheese, tomato soup. And I dip my grilled cheese in ketchup. Haters gonna hate, but I do it. You put ketchup on cheeseburger, don't you? Unless you're weird. You put ketchup on cheeseburger, just take the burger off. Why does that mean you gotta take the ketchup off? You smell me? Anyways, I dip it in ketchup. It's just, I love it. And last Christmas, my mom said she had heard on some, I think probably one of those little like BuzzFeed things where it's like a real quick like time-lapse video of the hands showing you this way to make something. It looks really easy, then you do it and it just tastes like garbage. But it always looks really enticing. But I think my mom saw on one of those things one time that they used mayonnaise instead of butter on the bread. And I thought, that sounds like it could possibly work. And it's so crazy, it might work, right? And it doesn't work. I made it for my whole family, my brother, his wife, their kids, my mom, my aunt, my dad, my wife, our kids, and I was almost excommunicated from the family. It's disgusting. Don't put mayonnaise instead of butter. Mom, I'm not hating on you, girl. You know I got mad love for you. You feel me? I thought it was a great idea too. I really did. But it was just after I did it, I realized I took a bite and I threw it down the plate and I said, those hipsters, those daggum hipsters, they're always trying to add some new weird stuff to stuff. I can't stand it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And grilled cheese and tomato soup doesn't even have a scratch on it. There's not even a blemish on it. It's perfect. It's the All-American Grand Slam. Don't use mayonnaise for grilled cheese. And if somebody tells you that, unless it's your mom, slap them. Okay? Anyways, but so we made grilled cheese tomato soup. I did add a little Frank's Red Hot to my tomato soup, though, and I must say, delicioso. Super good, but I will be paying for it tomorrow. Trust me. Anyways, yeah. So we've been having a bunch of fun. The last couple weeks have been pretty fun. We went down to Evansville, Indiana, or over to Evansville, Indiana last weekend for the Fall Festival. And if you don't know anything about Evansville, Indiana, give it a quick Google search and you will find some interesting information on Evansville, Indiana. Beautiful, quaint little town. I really like it. And there's a thing there called the Fall Festival. Now, my wife says it's the third largest street festival in the country, and my father-in-law has said it's the second largest. I don't know which is correct, but I do know that it's big, and it's really only smaller than Mardi Gras and maybe one other, but it's not even close to being anywhere similar to Mardi Gras, I don't think. I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I venture to say it's not really close to it. It's a lot of fried foods, a lot of Tweety Bird ankle tattoos, a lot of Looney Tunes shirts, just overall, a lot of Looney Tunes fashion, a lot of juggalos, a lot of pajama pants. It's just a great place. It's just kind of like America. How do people do that? They take the A off and they just put an apostrophe. America. It's America. The Fall Festival, that's what it is. And they have donut burgers and brain sandwiches and cover bands and, talent shows. But the one thing that they have that's just super cool. Here's a quick backtrack. Here's a good way to describe the Fall Festival. I saw a woman sitting on the curb eating a pronto pup. A pronto pup is a corn dog, but instead of using like the corn based batter, I think they use like a waffle batter. It's absolutely stupendous. But this woman, with each bite of the pronto pup she took, she opened a ketchup packet and sucked the ketchup packet dry in its entirety with each bite of the pronto pup. So I feel like that's a really good kind of description for it. A lot of great people there, for real, and I mean that. I sound like I'm making fun of it. I'm not. I'm just telling you some observations that I made. I love the Fall Festival. I missed it the last 2 years, and I was super, super bummed about it. And anyways, but they have a thing on Saturday morning called the Pet Parade. And the Pet Parade is exactly what it sounds like. It's a parade of pets being paraded down the street by their owners with kids as well, dressed up as whatever. And people go all out. And I gotta say, me and my pals and our kids, we went all out. And we got first place in the pet parade for the group with pet category, okay? They got like girl with pet, boy with pet, group with pet, weird parents with no kids with pet, orphan kids with pets. I don't know. They got all kinds of categories. And man, we just had a blast. There were 10 children in our group, our friends. We had 2 couple friends, and they each have just a baker's dozen kids like we do. And we put them all together, and we dressed them up as monkeys, and we did monkeys jumping on a bed. And one couple was kind enough and just wonderful enough to get an old bed and put wheels on it, and we rolled it down the street. And we played over and over 5 little monkeys jumping on a bed. One fell on YouTube, and I eventually lost my mind, and they gave me the phone to control the playlist, and so I started playing that 90s R&B, dog. Because that's all I listen to. 90s R&B music. Jagged Edge. Soul for Real. Oh man. Aaliyah. Genuine. I love it. We were walking down the street listening to ooh, we're dancing real close, moving real slow. All right? Isn't that how it goes? And then we were also listening to I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. And when we turned that on, the kids started dancing like crazy, and it got even cuter. So when the judges came up, we told the kids, yo, be super cute. And they started jumping up and down, going, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ah. And we got first place. Boom. And they wanted us to go in the parade that night, in the victor's parade on the float, and we did not do that because I had to head home with one of my guys that I mentor. He came with us home with us for the weekend. And anyways, I took a bunch of guys that I mentor down to this refugee community south of Nashville, and we put on a hip-hop show. It was like a worship concert, and they asked us to come and do a hip-hop set before the worship concert, and it was super duper fun. It was so dope, and we had kids from all over the world just swarming around us, dancing, hitting the nay-nay, hitting the folks, doing all kinds of dope dance moves. I actually don't think I saw a single kid do the whip nay-nay, which I am super stoked about because I despise that dance move and that song more than any other dance move in the world. Can't stand it. But anyways, we were doing some awesome dancing. We were rapping. My kids performed. They just performed their hearts out. It was so awesome. We were so honored and blessed to be there. But it brought up this question, and I don't want to get political. I don't want to ever get political on the Imperfect Dad. But I'm not going to go political, but I am just going to kind of ask a question. The $1 million question, okay? Regardless of where you stand, if you think that we need to close the doors to any more refugees, and that your argument for that is that we have people here that we need to take care of before we start letting more people in, I want to ask you this, and I'll tell you why I thought of this. What are you doing for the people who are here now, who you say need help? What are you doing for them? Okay? And I'm not trying to guilt trip you. Honest question. Can we be honest here? I just want, if there's something that I'm doing that, you feel like is wrong, let me know. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, if you think that we should close the doors because we already have people that we need to take care of here, what are you doing to take care of those people who are here? Conversely, if you are one of those people who are saying we need to let as many refugees in as we can, in a responsible way, what are you doing for those refugees who are coming in? Are you doing anything for them to help the cause? So both sides, that's a question for. And basically it just boils down to, what are you doing for people in need around you? And that night when we performed, I had to ask myself that, because I thought, this community is like 15 minutes from me. And, if you live near any major city, even if you don't, chances are you're near a community that has, some amount of refugees in it and some amount of people who really need some help. What are you doing for them? What am I doing for them? I run a nonprofit. I'll get into that in another episode, but I run a nonprofit, um, and our open hours are in the evening. That's how I'm able to be home with the girls. But we have a good bit of refugee guys and girls that come to that. But short of that, and just teaching them like how to record music and write music and stuff, I realized this weekend that I'm not really doing anything for refugee communities. I mean, I put on a hip hop show for them, but as soon as we leave, that's done. So, anyways, challenge yourself with that. I'm challenging myself. So I'm going to be praying for you all. If you could be praying for me, and let's maybe share ideas about how we can get involved. I mean, there's events going on a lot, so you can see how you can serve at those. Different food pantries help out a lot. There's all kinds of things, clothing banks, all that kind of stuff that you can help out with. And anyways, be thinking about that. That's been on my heart a lot. And so I want to move in to and I hope that wasn't too political. I don't think it was, but I hope it's not. Please trust me when I say this isn't going to turn into some political podcast, but it's just something that was on my heart. As a dad, I think about this stuff. As just an American, I think about this stuff. But I want to move in to the very last portion of this podcast, and I think it's going well so far. Thanks for hanging in there with me to this point. I hope you're enjoying it. I want to talk very briefly about my 3-year-old again. The other night at house church, if you saw the first episode, you remember me describing my 3-year-old as she always is wanting to know, do I look pretty? I look pretty, don't I? I look like Belle, right? Belle is her favorite princess from Beauty and the Beast. And so, we're always doing that. But I'm always trying to say, too, and my wife, we're always trying to say, yeah, you are pretty. You're also really smart. You're strong. You're caring, right? Try to point out these other things. But the other night at house church, before I got there, she lifted her shirt up in front of all the other children there. Gave him a quick little show. Okay, she's 3, so not much of a show, but still a show nonetheless. And so my wife said, if you do that again, you're going to need to come downstairs where the adults are and just stay with us for the rest of the evening. And so I wasn't aware of this when I walked in with another guy that I mentor. He was with me. And we come in, and my wife heads out with the baby because it's baby's bedtime. So she says, you go ahead, stay here with the other 2. And I said, cool, because we hadn't eaten yet. So my dude and I, we go downstairs with the adults, and we're eating. And all of a sudden, I can hear my 3-year-old saying, sorry, sissy, sorry, sissy. Actually, it was more like, sorry, sissy, sorry, sissy. She has the cutest little lisp in the whole entire world. And so I said to everyone, uh-oh, Easy E, she's at it again. And they're like, how do you know? And I'm like, because she's already starting to apologize to her big sis for something. So big sis comes down, and she gets in front of me, and she says, hey, Dad, earlier, she pulled up her shirt, and now she pulled her pants down. And I wasn't the most excited I've ever been in my life when I got that news. So I quickly put down my breakfast for dinner, which was phenomenal. A lot of food talk this episode. Is this a food show now? I think I have a food podcast. Anyways, I put down my plate of breakfast for dinner, which was just marvelous. Though I wasn't tasting it at that time. The only thing I was tasting was kind of blood in my mouth because I was just grating my teeth so hard. I was so angry. And I went upstairs and I picked Eddie up and I took her into the kitchen and I sat her down on the chair and I said, "You're going to need to sit in timeout for a little while. We don't pull our pants down for anyone. Okay? That's it." And she started freaking out. I need to step away because I'm just like heated. Why would you do this? I know, I get it. She's 3, but still, almost 4. It was too much. It was too much. So I had her sit in timeout for probably just a couple minutes too long, maybe about 15 minutes. I had to cool down. Everybody at the house church probably thought I was being a little too hard. I hope not. But I freaked in that moment because I just got scared that, she was just, I just don't want her, and I know she's 3, but I just think about this stuff. I just don't want her growing up thinking that her body is what needs to bring attention. I don't want any of my girls thinking that. I don't want any kids thinking that. And so I just had this freak out moment. And I looking back on it, I wish I didn't, because I don't want to put fear in her about it. I want to lovingly tell her, which we did later on. And when we came home and I talked with my wife and we talked with her, we told her, your body is your body. It is no one else's. No one sees it. No one touches it. The only time someone touches it was mommy or daddy are giving you a bath or a shower or something like that, helping you on the potty or something. No one else. That's it. And I just realized we just need to be more vigilant with teaching them that. And I didn't think that we really had to, because she didn't get crazy. I asked her older sister what she did, and she said she pulled her pants down and was shaking her butt around a little bit. So anyways, I don't know. That's what I'm dealing with right now. And she's good. She hasn't put on a show for anybody since then that I know of. But we have filled out a couple applications to Coyote Ugly. And so just a couple local joints. We figure while we're trying to put the kibosh on it, we may as well just capitalize on it. Just kidding. That's a joke. And it's not a funny joke. But I got to find some sense of humor. Because I'm losing my mind. If I don't, I'll lose my mind. Do you understand? You do understand. I sound like a crazy person right now, but I've just been, I've been struggling with her, y'all. So, if you could be praying for us on that I could be mindful enough and remember to continue teaching her that your body is not what should be bringing attention. Your mind, your compassion, your sense of humor, your talent, your skill sets, all that stuff. And she is a talented little dancer, There's nothing wrong with that, but pants up next time, okay? Anyways, I love y'all. Let's stand together in this parenting thing. It's wild out here in these streets. It's wild out here for a parent. Wild out here for a dad, for a mom. Anyways, stand up. Everybody, stand up, stay up, keep your head up. I love you all. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the Imperfect Dad podcast yet, what are you waiting for? We are taking over, baby, baby. We are live and direct. Oh, we live, baby. Oh, we live. I'm finishing this thing off. Hit subscribe, hit like, and please share it. Please share it on your Facebook. Nobody's going to know about it if you don't share it, okay? Don't be selfish. Share it, okay? I'm going to hit you guys up with a poll question this week. So, oh yeah, Facebook, @DadImperfect. So we are now officially live, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, @DadImperfect, okay? I love you all. Signing off, Joel Frame, the Imperfect Dad. We out here.
He's a dad.